Welcome in. Celtics, Lakers, TNT special tonight. We are underway. We are joined by Windows A tonight. About 2 months ago, we started this thing off with him, and here we are back again for another huge game. Celtics, Lakers. And if Lindo wasn't pumped the first time for this one, which ended up being a really good game, Kemba Walker missed that shot at the buzzer. I think would either won it or tie it. I forget. But this one has to be even more thrilling for you, right, Lindo? No LeBron, no Davis, no Dennis Schroder, who has some sort of infection going on, I think. Oh, no, he's playing. He's starting. So he's in. But Markieff Morris is out, and Andre Drummond is out.
Yep. So this is the Lakers B team essentially against the Celtics. I'm expecting nothing. They'll play good defense, but probably a lot of bricks coming. This is not a big game as Bobby is lying about. This game is just a regular season game on a Thursday.
It's too bad. This week we've seen this game, which obviously the league is going to hype up to the highest degree, and the Nets-Sixers game, which Harden was out for. I believe Durant was out for too. Embiid was out there, but it was missing the power that it could have had, and that just kills these regular season games, especially the big ones between. I mean, how much bigger can it get than Nets-Sixers, one game apart, fighting for the 1 seed? That should probably be the biggest game possible during a regular season.
I keep seeing this idea. I don't know what you think about the chemistry issues that they could have later on, because there's so many games where Harden doesn't play and KD's been out, Kyrie takes time off. So what do you think about that?
Well, they've thrived with two of them. I think Kyrie and Harden had that long stretch where they were winning a ton of games. And have we seen Harden and Durant? Probably just for a very short stint.
Yeah.
So I have no doubt. I've said all along that Durant and Harden can play together. If they could play together early in their career, when they were both, very early in their progression, I think at this point where they both become MVPs, they'll have an even easier time doing it. Kyrie's that real wild card. He's looked awesome so far this year off the ball, kind of just jumping in for those little spurts where he attacks and scores, otherwise just being a spot-up shooter, that kind of stuff. I have no concerns whatsoever about their offense. Their defense is a serious problem. And I guess this is a good time to talk about LaMarcus Aldridge retiring. That's a real loss for them. Now, I wasn't one of those guys saying, oh my God, they got Blake, they got LaMarcus, the league's over, we got to fix this buyout issue. I mean, they got LaMarcus for a reason, they got Blake for a reason. You always get one of these buyout guys for a reason, and it's not as good as it looks at the time. In fact, we talked about this on our post-game show a while ago. A buyout guy has never swung a championship team in a significant way, even an elite team. Like it just usually doesn't help you all that much. Now Blake looks helpful for them, but now LaMarcus is out the picture, and it's too bad for him. I looked at it at first this morning. I said he's retiring now. Like, all right, there you go, people. But when you see the reasoning, it was really sad why he had to go out like this.
Absolutely. And I'm sure he's taken it well. He's had a long career. It's been a good career. But like you said, buyout guy is not swinging anything. When I watch Drummond play, I think this is marginally better than what we had before. When we've heard Nate talk about what he thinks about Blake Griffin, I'm sure the impact is marginally better than before. It's probably just for, veteran in the locker room kind of stuff, maybe a little bit of defense. It's not like they need help scoring in any way, shape, or form. So, those kinds of things are definitely helpful. But again, losing him, I think the Nets are in the same position they were when they started, which is favorites in the East.
I think so too. I just worry about that Philly matchup. This is what I was saying on our show. It's all going to depend on the matchups. When I look at the Celtics too, because I think there's a chance they could jump up to the upper tier teams. It's very much health permitting. Same with the Heat. But those two teams are still on that fringe to me of a team that could give some of those upper tier groups trouble. But right now, it's just the Bucks, it's just the Sixers, and it's just the Nets. Now, the Nets and Sixers would probably beat either of those teams. But if, let's say, the Nets run into the Sixers round 2, and Embiid just has one of those series, and they're locking down defensively, and they're just giving Brooklyn fits inside. I mean, at this point, it's just DeAndre Jordan out there. We'll see what Claxton can bring come playoff time. That's going to be a big lead for him. And you're seriously going to put Durant down the middle at center, possibly? Because if you think about trying to funnel minutes to Blake, you're going to have to play Durant at the 5, Blake at the 4, Harden, probably like Jeff Green or someone for some interior help. Like Green would probably be that 5 more than Durant would be. And I just don't know how you even put a guy in front of Embiid running a lineup like that.
You would put Jeff Green on Joel Embiid?
That's how they play. You can't run Jordan. So they have a couple of choices. Run Jordan for like 35 minutes a game, which does not sound like a good idea to me. I've not been high on Jordan in years. Claxton, I love him. I just don't think he's ready for that. So if he is, that's a huge boost to them. He's obviously been a revelation for them this year. So that could swing things a little bit for them. But I just think that's such a massive issue for them. They could double and triple him, but yeah, they have Seth Curry. They have Danny Green now. Tobias has been killing people. I don't know who I would pick in that series. That would be so damn hard to pick.
I just hear Jeff Green on MVP candidate Joel Embiid in the post and think, wow, he's going to look like Will Chamberlain.
Yeah. I mean, come on. Even if they put Durant on him, that's
going to
just
look like black and white basketball.
Yeah. So they're lucky they have a body like Jordan, because he is a physical guy who can stand with him for long stretches of those games. But that's not how they want to run their offense, I'm sure. Luckily, he works.
Is that the way that they want to run their defense? I mean, even if we do have size, it's still MVP candidate Joel Embiid versus DeAndre Jordan. That doesn't sound like an ideal matchup that the Nets want.
No, I mean, that's the matchup they want to avoid. Now, if it was, so let's say Philly's probably going to be the 1 seed. Brooklyn's probably going to be the 2 seed. It's a toss-up there, but same thing matchup-wise. When it comes to 3-4, we're probably looking at Milwaukee 3, and 4 is there for the taking, which is crazy to think about. Charlotte held it down for the longest time. They're just starting to slip a little bit now. Miami can't
Charlotte's out.
Get out there and they're probably out.
Probably.
Miami can't grasp it.
They're probably out. That team is.
Well,
open.
I mean, they're hanging on. I still can't believe it. It's been about a week and a half, and they're still hanging on in that 4 or 5 spot. So you just have to include them now for them being there. And this game is 11-2 now, and Kuzma just airballed one.
He has like at least one game airball now these days. At least one.
Well, he's holding it down for them on the defensive end, the boards. I've been amazed by his growth and the ability of him to lead that team when no one's available. I can't lie. We'll get back to our East talk in a second. The Lakers have impressed me. So I was looking at their stats without LeBron, without Davis. They're essentially a net neutral. Like, I think they're minus 0.8 net rating. They're just under 500. I think they're 6-7 without LeBron now. And their defense is still number 2 in the NBA over that stretch.
Oh, I thought it was number 4. That's even better. Number 2.
Number 4, probably number 4 in points per game, but number 2 in defensive rating.
There's a big push right now, and it's not even crazy, honestly. For
going to the playoffs without LeBron and Davis?
No, there's no push. The push is for Dennis Schroder, first team all defense. I think it's deserved. I mean, he's been incredible.
Now, that's a good – oh, my Lord. They have 2 points in almost 5 minutes now.
Well, what did I say?
Yeah, defense.
Who's going to score on this team?
They're 29th in offensive rating by contrast without LeBron and Davis. So they
play like 3 wings at a time. They have a roster full of 3-and-D guys, and they lack the 3 part of it. Half of the components aren't there. Imagine you ordered something, and they say, "Oh, actually, 50% of that is not going to come here," and you say, "That's all right. I'll take it anyway." That's every 3-and-D character.
Depends how big the servant is to begin with.
Russ Matthews is in a big package. Pause.
No, not for sure. And he's 14-4 is the score now. I forget what you asked me, all defense. I'm trying to think of who those guys would be because I'm seeing if Marcus Smart would fit in that group too. He certainly wasn't for long stretches of this year, but he has had a massive resurgence here. Some crazy steals. Their numbers with him on the floor are amazing. Look at LeBron. Nice beige hat.
Shout out A. Sherrod, right?
Yep, Schroder and the Garden Report got to him. Kendrick Perkins got to Jason Tatum. They had a phone call. And Kevin O'Connor got to Tristan Thompson. It really wasn't Kevin O'Connor. It was Chris Vernon saying that Thompson just goes out every single day. And that's why he caught COVID. And he also said the teammates don't really like him, which Jalen came out and tweeted about it and said, Cap. Kemba tweeted, and Tristan came back in defiance saying, Kemba never tweets, and he tweeted in defense of me. And then he said he doesn't think he's ever had a teammate that doesn't like him. And to his credit, he's come out and balled ever since coming back from COVID. 18-7 now is the score. Wes Matthews gets a basket to go there. So Celtics looking inspired. I don't know if that's going to get Smart to all defense. So it's tricky to keep track of defense during the year. Like, we know who the defensively great teams are. It's tough to, like, besides blocks and steals and all that stuff, you can't keep tabs on, like, who's killing it defensively during the year. So I wouldn't rule Schroder out being on that team that's by and far the number one defense this year. I'm trying to think of other guys. Like, Gobert is always in that category. They're an amazing defense. Got to think he'll be one of the 10 guys. You have your status guys like Kawhi. Kawhi doesn't really deserve it anymore, but
I don't know how many Clippers games I've watched this year. Kawhi has faded so fast. It's funny because, like, 1 year ago, it was like him versus Jordan. They were like, look at the similarity between Kawhi and Jordan. And those all disappeared in, like, one season. After he fell apart against the Nuggets, it's over. There's no more discussion.
Ooh, you know who would be a good candidate this year? Given the turnaround of Atlanta's defense, would be Clint Capela.
Didn't he get dunked on? Doesn't that rule you out of? Doesn't that take you out of?
By Miles Bridges?
Yeah.
I don't think anyone can stop a Miles Bridges dunk. That wasn't just any random guy coming through and throwing it down.
It wasn't, but it was a serious dunk.
That's like getting dunked on by Zion. All right, so we think of rebounding, blocks. Defensive rating.
Hold on, Bob. We've got an update from senior analyst Anthony Obas, who says it's supposed to be Celtics versus Lakers. I want no discussion about BK. Hype coach for the Nets.
That's it?
That's it. There's no moral. I didn't have the moral. The moral is
that was from Twitter.
Yeah, the moral is KD and Harden equal greatest duo.
Well, there you go. He's tuning in too. Hopefully he'll join our chat here. Oh, he quote tweeted our chat. It's supposed to be so. Oh, so he's tuning in. All right, yeah. I get what you're at now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send them the link and see if any of our buddies. Nate, you mentioned Nate. We obviously have had Obas on a ton of our shows here. Just good friends from college who talk about the game with us. If you want to fire out the link I sent you in the chat window, that would actually be helpful because I don't have it on my phone. So we are at 21-7. This is just going to be a blowout, I think. The Lakers just don't have the bodies tonight, although we'll see when the Celtics bench comes in. Too bad for Boston. Robert Williams, who the Celtics are 9-2 since naming starter, is down with a knee injury of some severity. The Celtics downplayed it like they always do, but that never pans out with how serious it actually is. So for all we know, he could be facing an extended absence here. Brad Stevens called him day-to-day. So fortunately, Tristan Thompson's back and can hold it down there because that would be a brutal loss inside for this team. I'll throw this at you, Lindo. I don't know how big you are on Rob Williams. Obviously, our buddy Nemo loves him.
Is he time something? Time man?
Time Lord, yeah.
Time Lord.
Yep, he has been a revelation for this team this year. And obviously, he's a crazy dunker, awesome roller. We mentioned Clint Capela. He's kind of like that kind of player, but he's a better shot blocker. He's a more dynamic leaper. He's longer. And the most amazing thing about him is he passes unlike anybody I've seen in his role. Like, Jokic is one thing. He has the ball in his hands all the time. He's a ball handler. Who are some of the other best big men passers in the game? We're talking like Cat. Cat's another guy, ball in his hands all the time.
I have too much self-respect to watch the Timberwolves play basketball.
Davis is pretty good too, right?
Anthony Davis is all right, but he doesn't have the opportunity usually to get the passes because, and this isn't in a bad way, he's usually a black hole on offense. Like when you get it to AD, guys are like, all right, going.
That is true. He's just firing away.
Yeah, you don't want him to like be thinking on it. Like, no, get in the post and try and score, AD.
So this guy, Rob Williams, he's either making like short roll passes, like in the pick and roll, passing it to another guy. Sometimes he like catches it on the baseline and is like stumbling all over the place and just fires a dart to Tatum for 3 or something like that. Other times he'll be in the post and just like taps it to the corner. He'll just like tap it with one hand and find Smart in the corner. And it's crazy the stuff he does because he's not a ball handler at all. He's not a guy who can attack the defense with the ball in his hands, but he just catches it and makes great reads right away. And the number I had here.
Hold on. Who's Nick Casellian? Did I hear that Drummond is marginally helping the Lakers? Ask I watch every Lakers game of the season. Go and ask any Lakers fan what they think of what Drummond's done so far. In fact, ask Drummond what he thinks about how he's played so far. He'll tell you he's had a slow start. He is playing without Anthony Davis and LeBron James, and that is affecting how he plays. He's not very good on offense. He's all right on defense, but the Lakers' defense is already a top, whatever Bobby said so far. Is it top 2 since
number 1? They're number 2 since they went down, yeah.
He's helping the defense that's already incredible and not really contributing to the offense. So what are you talking about? Yeah, he's marginally helping them. What are his stats on offense that are so great that it's worth mentioning? This seems like a backtrack kind of statement. You would then say, oh, well, he's playing without them. Well, yeah, he is playing without them, but he wasn't a great scorer anywhere. So what does this talk about basketball knowledge? Andre Drummond is an all right guy who really only affects the game in rebounding. And that's going to be the same when Anthony Davis and LeBron get back. I have no idea what this guy's talking about. Anyway, what were we saying about it?
Well, he actually likes him, apparently.
He must be, his cousin.
I'm trying to find my preview here. The number is something like 32 assists and 8 turnovers for Rob since he became starter, which is just amazing. I don't know if he can become a Jokic type guy as his game rounds out, but his instinct passing
wise. He has the time to do that? I mean, would he be given the opportunities to do that on the Celtics?
Yeah. Celtics, that's kind of their thing, equal opportunity. Smart handles it a little bit. Tatum handles it a little bit. I mean, he's handling enough to get 5 assist games, 8 assist games. So it's incredible. I recommend you watch him a little, watch some highlight tapes or something of him, Lindo, because it is special what he has as far as tangible skills go. And he was supposed to be a top 5 pick. They were worried about injuries. They were worried about his motor, his attention ability, I guess. I mean, there are attention to detail issues with him, especially on the defensive side of the court. Oh, Thompson just blocked a shot. They're calling it, I don't know what they're calling it, but the Celtics ball anyway. 25-15 coming to the end of the first. But either way, it's going to be a huge loss for them. So the Celtics, since they started him, their offensive rating's 117 when he's on the court, which is like LA Clippers, Brooklyn Nets territory. And their defensive rating is 110, which would stand alone at the top of the league, I think, over that stretch at least. So they've just been incredible with him out there. And other guys have stepped up too, but he just fits so well with them. And again, I had my doubts about him, like actually changing things that much if he went to a starting role, and he actually has. They're 9-2 since it. So credit to everybody who was pushing for that.
Can I just say it's ridiculous that this is why I stream, Bobby. This is why I don't take the real games. I'm on the TNT app. I'm like 30 seconds behind you. What is this, TNT? This is why, I stream. Beep.
Since
The opposite of legally. Because what is this? I'm so
since
you told me Tristan Thompson something. I saw it like 30 minutes later.
well, he just did another thing that I can't wait till you see because it was not good. Either way, fortunately, I don't think we'll have to talk about this in a time. There are some people up in here. I can take some questions. Looks like most people are watching on YouTube, so appreciate you subscribing to Bobby Manning if that's where you're at. If you're on Twitter, Twitch, I see a couple people on Twitch. Check out our YouTube channel. Bobby Manning the Pastor is what comes up first. We're the second one that comes up when you get over there, so please subscribe once you find it. The Celtics are up 28-17. We're chatting here with Lindo Zay. I'm Bobby Manning. As we do when the Lakers play the Celtics, we bring him in because he watches a lot of games here. And we'll talk about the league at large and other things. Luke Cornett is coming into the game. Who was my big
favorite of the Boston Celtics.
Yeah. So since Tristan Thompson comes back, he hasn't played at all. Now, Tristan just bodied Horton Tucker. Since Rob's out, he's back in the fold now. And I guess Knicks fans had a low love affair with him when he was in New York and the Knicks stunk and he played a lot. When I've seen flashes of him, I see why. He can knock down some threes. He's 7 feet tall. He runs a good pick and roll defensive scheme in there because he's got great length. I don't know why he's floated around as much as he has. He actually looks like a decent backup center.
Because he can't shoot.
I don't know how reliable it is.
He can shoot what exactly?
We're about to see. We'll take it in live as it happens.
Luke Cornett is like a career. I'm not looking. Luke Cornett is probably somewhere around the career 28% from three.
I think he's 30.
What?
I think he's 30.
Now I got to look it up just because you're saying it's 30. I don't even think it's that high. Maybe you're right. Luke Cornett
this year a little bit. Tatum's wearing a Kobe wristband. Obviously, it was.
They were boys.
Yeah, last year.
He's shooting higher than I thought. He's at 33% career. All right, I'll settle that.
Wow, okay. Yeah, so you can shoot a little bit, see? Oh, Harrell just goes right through Thompson. I was looking at the Lakers' stats up and down today. They are at 125 offensive rating with Harrell on the court this year, which is outstanding.
I don't know if stats stuff is that good.
Yeah, I'd say 117 is like amazing. So he's even amazing.
I know defensive ratings. I don't know offensive. 125. That's good. I mean, dude, he can score. He's good. He doesn't do it as well as maybe I had a smaller sample size before, but his floater on the Clippers, it looked like it never missed. And when he's out there for the Lakers, it goes in a pretty decent amount. Sometimes when he does that fadeaway, works out. You don't know, man.
Smart got stuffed by Harrell inside. Now they're going to kick it out to Horn. 3, no good. But this one's tightened up a little bit, 29-21 as we come to the end of the first. Celtics mixing in some bench guys. Peyton Pritchard, we've talked about, slow down, hit the rookie wall. Doesn't look like he's going to be a major factor in the playoffs anymore if they're healthy. They just keep showing LeBron. I feel like we should just be watching the game.
He's got a pretty bad outfit. I don't know what their this fascination with the outfits is now. I get maybe it's some Bleacher Report paid thing. I see the like Bleacher Report fit something these days. I'm like I don't care what LeBron. First of all, LeBron has no fashion sense for them to always be tuned into what he's wearing. But I don't care. Usually Anthony Davis has some good calm fits. He's got some calm stuff going on. LeBron's always got something. Like Kuzma, don't even get me started. Worst outfits in the league consistently. I mean, if you look up worst NBA outfits, it's probably a couple of Kuzma comes up. Pause.
I'd like to see what Luke Cornett wears off the court because his on-court style isn't all that great. Don't love his haircut. Don't love the shoes.
It looks like he's got on like those hiking boots. That are usually
yeah, he has a substitute teacher look to him.
You know what happens?
And
If this game gets really close, I pray it's not one of those ones where Marcus Smart decides he can shoot threes. I pray it's not that.
well, he missed one a few seconds ago. He's been shooting a lot less lately, which is what Celtics fans are dying to see from him. They want just like 6 or 7 shots a night. Some nights he takes like 13 to 20, and it just gets wild. I think it's probably fair to want him to be on the low end of things, as long as he's efficient. And he has been lately. He's put up a couple 50% games in a row, shooting low volume though. And again, some of the stuff he does on the defensive end of the floor is really special when he's locked in and going hard. Grant Williams is in now. Romeo Langford. The Celtics bench is something else.
Just for the last 2 seconds?
Yeah. You're just going to sneak in that bench unit for 2 seconds. Try to get the guys that extra little breather. Now, that's another thing Boeheim refused to do that a lot of people want him to do, because in college you get those timeouts every 4 minutes. And he was a big guy on you don't have to rest anyone ever because there's so much timeouts and the game's a little shorter and they're younger. But there were always these opportunities where you could slip in a little rest right before those 4-minute timeouts. Just extend that rest period all by that much more because you're going to get it there anyway. And he would never do it. Like Tyus Battle would play 40 minutes and Frank Howard would play like 39, 45.
You know why?
They would just run those guys into the ground.
You know why that would happen?
Why?
Because he's a fraud. That's what happens. When you're a fraud who should have retired 10 years ago.
Certain things I just didn't love.
When you got Dari Richmond decommitting, you got to remember, it's because it's a fraud is the coach. Whose son is a fraud too.
They already won the 23s to score after one. I don't think Buddy's a fraud. He was on some NBA radars.
Really? He's not a fraud? What did he look like in that Sweet 16 game to you that's not fraudulent? After they were sucking him off for those 2 performances.
I think that's just how every pure shooter is. If you're going to get all your offense from shooting pretty much, you're not going to go like 8 for 13 from 3 every game. It's just,
are you going to go 1 for 9 just in the big games?
No, you shouldn't be doing that. But you also shouldn't be the first option on a team. That was the real issue there.
If you're the coach's son, yeah. It was very. No,
it was just the team. Alan Griffin.
It was very baseball stuff.
Alan Griffin's going to the NBA for some reason. I mean, I hear his dad's the assistant coach of the Raptors, so he might be able to get into that G League organization or something through that. I feel like he probably could have done that already, but who knows? He did not have a very good year at Syracuse, so I mean that thrust Buddy into an even higher spot on the team. We know the deal with Joe Girard. Quincy was awesome last year, but he just never took on that, like, I'm going to take the ball and do everything kind of role, which probably hurt them. That's probably that next step he has to take next year is become a dribbler, get on the ball, make plays, and put yourself in the middle of the offense every single possession. But he was the only guy left after all that. They weren't a very good team, and they made the Sweet 16.
Say it again.
They weren't a very good team, and they made the Sweet 16.
That is true. Is the G League really set up that way that someone could just walk in, or I feel like there's a little bit more to it than competition than that.
There's a lot of G League teams now, so there's got to be some opportunity somewhere. And those rosters are. I don't think there's like 17 spots on a G League team, but there's enough.
He should find himself to this shit out of me and brings me trauma.
Well, a season ago, pretty much. Last time these teams played at Staples was the day before the Kobe service, and Tatum put a 41 in what was that was a real deal Lakers Celtics games. That went right down to final possessions. There was a foul call that I didn't like might have been on LeBron. There was another play There was just a lot of weird calls down the stretch of that game.
Oh, there was also the final play when KCP, they got the offensive foul on Tatum.
Yeah. Yeah, the push-off. I didn't mind that one because he didn't even get the shot off, I don't think.
We will leave to LA at first chance. We better build a contender. I don't know why Celtics fans believe. I mean, what is this going on that they believe Tatum is heading out as soon as possible? I mean,
the people in the
Celtics are the worst team in the NBA. I mean, I know I hate, but it's like they're still a team.
So how many guys have done it at this point? Harden did it, and Davis did it.
Did what?
They pushed themselves out of their teams with multiple years left on their contracts. Normally, you can do that when you're coming up on free agency. They changed that in that they demand a trade midway through, and they got it. They both kind of put up stinks about it, and that's what you have to do. So obviously, I think what people think is that if players are unhappy enough and they just put up a little bit of stink, they can get out of any contract. I don't know if that's going to happen as much as people think, but now that it's happened, I guess it's a possibility with anyone.
The guy said that he has the purple and gold armband and is on the Celtics, and there he gets the reason.
Oh, that's why.
I know we watch all the games when we're supporters, but we got to realize rivalries are dead. Rivalries only exist at this point basically to sell tickets. I mean, the owners are all friends. They took out a lot of the fighting. They shut all that kind of stuff down. I just don't really believe in rivalries to that extent. There's much more player rivalries these days than team rivalries. I mean, the types of stuff that we saw in the 2000s, that we saw in the 90s across sports, I just don't think it exists anymore. So, I'm sure just to see him wear a different team's band is crazy. But the Lakers Celtics, I mean, that's really all ESPN PR pitching at this point. I mean, I really don't think Kyle Kuzma is like, today we play the Celtics, I got to do this and that. Like, I really just don't see it. Is Marcus Smart waking up like, today is going to be different because we play the Lakers? I don't think so. I think that stuff is over. But I do think it's funny. I actually hope the Celtics do push Jason Tatum out just so I can find a cheer for him. I mean, he's a light-skinned guy. You know what I'm saying? He's at the top of his game. People say that he's in that next LeBron kind of stuff. So, as in biggest player in the league, I'll take that. Let him go to where's he from? Where's Jason Tatum from?
St. Louis.
So who does he cheer for?
His team growing up must have been the Lakers if he was that big of a Kobe guy. So I guess that's where that comes from.
Okay.
I mean, he's the kind of guy who grew up cheering for a player. Like, he's our age where you got LeBron fans and Kobe fans. And he was saying after the last game, because they played Melo, he was a ginormous Melo fan too. So I've never heard him talk about like what his team was. And that makes sense as a guy from St. Louis. You're going to kind of latch on to a player that's captivating since you don't have a team.
Who was the last big player from St. Louis? Can you even think of that?
Bradley Beal.
Oh, really?
Yep. They were buddies growing up. They were about 4 years apart, went to the same high school. They trained together. So that's why a lot of people look at Beal and say, can we get him to Boston? He wants to play with Tatum. But there still doesn't seem to be any indication that Beal wants to leave Washington. Speaking of Washington, Russell's going to average another triple-double this year.
Wow. Oh, my God. I'm so...
Isn't it crazy how our buddy Nate hates all these stars, Steph Curry, Giannis, but he loves Russell Westbrook?
I just think it's so crazy because he's like the only superstar who I have a like a serious disdain for. And maybe it's because I had him when I didn't get to choose my roster on that fantasy basketball team, and he just had the worst efficiency I've ever seen in my life. But he would just have the big numbers. Maybe it's, I don't know what it is, but it was from the MVP season when all people would say is, but he got the triple-double, and they'd lose. So since then, that was like 2016, was it? Or 2017, one of those two, when he got the MVP season. I just can't
2017.
stand it. I can't stand it. He's a cool guy. I think he's a cool person. But as a player, no. I hope he has a downfall. And
You hope he has a downfall.
He's on the Wizards, so it can't get much further down than this.
That was his downfall. I'll say this: people act like, oh, he pushes Adams out of the way, and that's where he gets all the rebounds from, and then he's doing like the Rondo thing with the assists. No one ever averaged a triple-double since Oscar, right? When he first did it. So, like, even LeBron couldn't show up and, like, push everybody around and, like, get the stats lined up the way he needed them. So it's pretty special to be able to do that. But at the same time, that is a little bit true. That's kind of the way he plays.
The thing is, though, also, I don't know whether he's a victim of his own success or it's just not that hard. But the fact that he just continually does it, I feel like it waters it down. And then what was LeBron last year? He was something like 25, 8 and 8, something like that.
Yeah.
He basically did it. And this is the year 16 guy. So I was impressed that year, even though he was still throwing up crazy bricks. But at this point, I mean, who even cares?
So the Rockets last year.
I'd take Westbrook over Kemba. Kemba must be in some rough shapes then.
That's a good question.
You would take Russell Westbrook over Kemba Walker?
Oh, that one's tough. That is a great question. Because Westbrook has way more money over many more years and is healthy. So that's the key with him. But he's also just going to hold the ball like he owns it and have to be the center of everything you do. There's no way for him to play a complimentary role.
No, Harden deferred to him as the last shot in Houston. Westbrook got the last shot.
Is Westbrook a good defender? I mean, that's kind of important.
He is a good defender.
I don't know. Like, I just imagine Tatum and Brown standing there while this guy dribbles into oblivion and, like, drives in the 5 guys. Now he's going to get them the ball with quality looks, obviously.
Of course.
Oh, geez. I don't know if the Wizards would do that either. That might be a trade where both teams are like, I don't know. Does it work? Let me throw it in the trade machine.
Is Kemba really that bad? Kemba's that bad?
This year he's shooting 30% from the field and 34% from 3. It's been rough.
It's always funny to me because I can't picture 1 million. It's crazy that you can be that bad, and he makes what, like 30 million a year or something, 25.
He's making about 34 for the next 3 years.
That's so crazy to me that like you can just be really bad at your job, even you're the top 1% of the world, but at your job you're bad, and you just make absurd money. I mean, money that people can't even think about how much it means.
All right, here we go. That is a trade that works. So there's a good chance to plug. I wrote about Kemba today and the issues with him going forward and carrying him into the future. He was, no, we're not getting locker room in the very near future on Android, but pretty soon. So that's all I can say. I don't know what's going on that front with locker room. They're obviously with us on the Celtics post-game show, though, and if you can't listen to our locker room broadcast live because you don't have a phone, check out our Celtics post-game stream. Check out the Celtics post-game podcast on Google, on all the podcast platforms. We put it on there the next day. So this works, but I don't know. The Wizards say no, and I don't know if the Celtics are thrilled about that. But it is the same amount of time in years. So, again, I just don't think it's happening.
Is Kemba younger than Westbrook? He's got to be, right? He's got to be a few years younger.
He's 30. Westbrook's 32.
Oh, it's not even that much. It's less than I thought. Wow. I thought it was like 5 years, 4 years.
I mean, Westbrook's kind of banged up too there, but Kemba has as our guy John says, degenerative condition. So I just don't think anyone's taking him trade-wise. So I wrote about it today. He's having a rough season. I told you the numbers. Obviously, he's 5'10" or whatever, so he's not a great defender. He's pretty
5'10"?
positionally sound.
No way.
Yeah,
He's 5'10"?
I think so. He's listed at 6, but he's 5'10".
But I thought now they did the real height. I thought now
It's
you have
real.
the official height. It's no more Allen Iverson height. The Allen Iverson 6 feet.
No, Iverson had to be like Isaiah height, right?
I think Allen Iverson was 5'10". What is
All right, they're the
Isaiah,
same height.
5'9"? Oh, okay.
Isaiah was like 5'8", probably. Again, you saw him out there. I don't think he was 5'10" or whatever he was listed at. The game is crazy to me. Tatum's apparently 6'10", 6'11" now. He grew.
Jesus.
So that's huge for him. Everyone's asking, is John on the post-game show tonight? When isn't John on the post-game show? All right. Anything stick out about this game so far to you?
Yeah.
My score
close.
reset here.
It's close is what sticks out to me. The defense
40-34.
The defense from the Lakers is serious. It's just they really can't create offense without LeBron and without AD there. And obviously there's other missing pieces. But them specifically, I mean, you really are missing 2 top 10 players. And when they're not there on offense, 2 serious offensive players. I mean, they both probably average 25-ish range season by season. So to see that not there, but they're still staying in games is just like, this team is serious. And this defense that Frank Vogel has arranged is, legitimate. Even as much as I talk trash about the 3-and-D guys who don't have the 3, they play real defense. I mean, I like Wes Matthews on defense. I like KCP on defense. Obviously, I think Schroder is, should be competing for a first-team all-defense award this season. So I think it's incredible what it is. And it only tells me that in the playoffs, adding those 2 back is going to do crazy stuff. I mean, Drummond obviously is going to have an impact of some magnitude with them there. You're going to have a healthy Kuzma praying on that. Healthy everyone else.
THT's a bench guy at that point. Which is good.
I don't like that, but I don't dislike that either. He is explosive on offense. He's not a good – you can't stat watch THT or Schroder, either of those guys. You'll frustrate yourself.
There's no doubt this team is better this year. They just got to – they need Davis.
Put the last comment. Put the last comment up on this.
Oh God. That's my thing. I'm in on this wave of trade a bunch of firsts for real talent to win now. Now that's blowing up in a couple of teams' faces. I think you've seen the risk in that. The Russell Westbrook trade was one of those situations. So I get why a guy like Danny holds on.
You think Paul George?
Paul George was too, but that one didn't blow up in their face. That was probably was a situation where it was. But that was a situation where it was Kawhi said you need George, so either you got George or Kawhi wasn't coming either. They were kind of held hostage on that one.
If Paul George didn't agree, is Kawhi a Laker today?
Yeah.
That's so crazy. That's so crazy. If Paul George was just like, nah, me and Brody, we're going to run it back to another first-round exit.
Well, Melo, I guess, saved the Clippers.
Wait, in what way?
By blowing up the Thunder that year.
Oh, yeah. It was not just him. It was Paul George was ass, too. Their unfinished business was finished.
What a big 3. That was for the worst big 3 ever, wasn't it?
The worst big 3 is probably that Scottie Pippen, Charles Barkley.
Or you can really the big 3. The Bulls had a big 3 of Rondo, Dwayne Wade, and Jimmy Butler that year, 2017.
That is not a big 3. That is the littlest 3 ever.
All right, come on. If you say when did Butler come into the league? Probably like 2011. If you said in 2011 that it was or 2012, I guess, it was gonna be Butler, Wade, and Rondo on the same team one day, people would be like, all right.
I mean, sure, but D Wade at that point was so bad. Wait, was he on the Bulls before or after the Cavs?
He got drafted by the Bulls. Oh, Wade. He went to the Bulls before the Cavs. Yeah, because he was useless on the Cavs, wasn't
Are you
he?
sure
He
about
was
that?
actually
No,
good on the Bulls.
he was so bad that like he only played like half a season or something. Like LeBron,
Yeah, he was good. He was a real deal starter on the Bulls.
LeBron was like, "Look, I'm sorry, Dwayne, I got to get you out of here." Yeah, he was on the Bulls first. Wow, I didn't remember that. So
Then they
he was
sent him
actually good on
back
the Bulls.
because
He had that little buzzer beater. Some guy in your comments was talking to me about it was agreeing with your Colin Cowherd hot take the other night. Greatest buzzer beater you've ever seen. When you watch
Luka.
you watch D Wade get blocked and throw off 1 foot, catch and release, buzzer beater.
I have never seen a guy drop a floater from the 3-point line like it's a shot put or something while leaning forward. That's just ridiculous. I couldn't do that in an open gym.
You don't get paid $20 million a year.
Yeah, but you don't see anyone in the NBA do that ever. Now, my boss sent me a video of Larry Bird doing something very similar, and that's like the comparison everyone loves to make right now. I don't see it. Well, I never watch Bird every night,
They're
but
both just like good shooting, slow white guys.
yeah, that's the thing. I guess the Luka comparison I do like is there was one I really liked. I can't think of it off the top, but I don't know. Larry doesn't seem perfect to me. Again, none of these comparisons are perfect. But man, I'll tell you, if I'm starting a franchise with anyone right now, it's him.
All right. It's not Jason Tatum.
No, I would trade Tatum for Luka right now.
Luka's overrated, man.
I'm blown away by his playmaking. His 3-point shooting over the last couple of months has gone to a new level.
Over Zion too, Luka.
See, I need to see more Zion. I got to see his sustainability. I got to see his conditioning. I got to see how his health holds up.
We know
he doesn't shoot threes.
His knees are going to give out by season 9, and then he's just going to be a big man that passes. Oh my God! I just noticed Kuzma's hair. Jesus Christ, man!
Oh no! Did Thompson airball a free throw? He's been pretty good at the line this year too. Too much Thompson tonight. All right.
You got over the Kardashian curse. Now he can make free throws.
Oh my! Is he gonna go out tonight, or is he gonna go out? I don't want to do that, but smart. This is the first game with fans in LA, by the way. Grant for 3, no good. This Celtics bench has really killed them. It's a 6-point game. Schroder around the Gasol screen. Having Schroder tonight was huge for them. You're right. That's the
winner is Jordan's push off.
Schroder off the back rim. How's he as a 3-point shooter?
Probably very league average. Actually, yeah. I read some stat. I can't stat watch too much because then I get diluted. So I'd rather just think of how I see him in real life.
Kemba pull up too. Nice to see him hit one of those. That's his moneymaker. He's going to take a lot of those. The Celtics don't like their guys taking those though. Gasol for 3. Good. Nice quick pull up for Gasol.
Schroder's 34 from 3. Yeah, so average, below average actually. League average is usually like 36%. Why would you put that up there? I already addressed it. Jordan's push off is the greatest buzzer beater. Actually, that wasn't a buzzer beater, so I guess he's technically. Oh, he only wrote game winner. So yeah, that's the best game winner ever.
Grant Williams just committed the most Grant Williams foul ever.
Also, Kawhi Leonard's game winner, didn't like that one. That was crazy. In Embiid's face. Hey. Kobe versus the Suns.
All I'm saying is I've never seen anything like this.
Woo!
It's got to be up there. Can you at least say it's up there?
What?
Luka's?
No. First of all, it happened like a day ago, so I have no idea where it's gonna add up. But no, it's not.
Now,
It's not.
if we're considering situation, it's pretty low down there. An April game against.
I'm not considering situation. Well, for the best ever, I am. I am. But just in general, best shot, no. I mean, Dame Lillard's was from like half court over Paul George. Like, and his versus actually the Houston one's kind of circumstance that makes it so good. That was amazing. Oh my god, I'm such a hard hater. It made me so.
If we're considering, Tiana, Syracuse. How do you pronounce her last name?
Mangakahia.
She's head to the Phoenix Mercury.
LeBron has the most game-winning shots in NBA history, playoff percentage. Also the best percentage.
Does he? I'm sure he does. Just like Julian Edelman has,
or something, I think.
Just like Julian Edelman has the second highest yards in NFL playoff history. I'm sure Brady will.
Are you Edelman, the Hall of Fame guy?
No, but Brady's the more accurate comparison there. I'm sure he owns every playoff record.
Over
Tatum, Kuzma, back to Thompson. I think he got fouled on the floor. Oh, that was a nice pass from Tatum. He made a little face too, like he knew it was. He just spun around Kuzma, gone to the post, behind the back, and hit Thompson in the chest. Thompson's just got to go up so much faster with these shots.
Anthony Davis has a calm 10th grade first day of school outfit. I like it.
Oh my God, they gave Thompson the and one. That's NBA continuation right there, Linda, when you see that play. I could not believe they said they got that shot up.
It's because Kuzma's got this hair, man. He added rebounding to his game, and now he has to have the Rodman hair too.
Jason Tatum this month, 50% from the field, 40% from three, 90 at the line. Back to full form. Harrell just missed 2-3 shots in a row at the rim. Brown's taken in transition behind the back to Tatum. Tatum's got Schroder on him. Spins around him. Goes to Kemba, right wing. Brown for three, right wing. Good. The Celtics get back to 13-point lead.
Bobby,
right before half.
What are your thoughts on whether Luke Cornett is underrated?
I think so. His defense, as this guy says, consistently good. He's a good pick and roll defender. He's got size. If you can look past the substitute teacher hair and the boots, as people keep, you're like the third person I hear refer to his shoes as boots.
It looks like he's going hiking.
You can see that this guy has potential. Everyone was laughing on the post-game show when I said, and Brad actually said this, we've been trying to acquire him for a long time. I wonder how much Nate misses him as a Bulls fan. Did you send the link to them?
Yes.
Oh, looks, well, no one's joining us, but whatever. Horton Tucker, a pair of free throws. It's down to 11. Lakers are gasping for offense. They're on pace to score 88 points in this game. Cutting layup, Brown. He makes it a dunk. 57-44 right from Kemba. Now even the Lakers breaking down on defense a little bit. This month's got to be tough for you, Lindo. I mean, you just don't have the guys right now.
Not really, since I know what it is.
How much ground can you? We talked at the beginning about. No, the real meme is Mo Wagner. I was looking at the last time the Celtics were favorites in LA. They beat the Lakers that game. This was 2 seasons ago in the LA meeting. The Lakers were led by LeBron James that night with 30. Do you know who their second leading scorer was?
Rondo.
Mo Wagner.
Oh.
He had 23 in that game. Kyrie had 30, and the Celtics destroyed them.
I can't even remember it.
That was the year That was the year the Lakers missed the playoffs.
You know what's so funny that people just never remember is that LeBron led the Lakers to fourth before he got injured. They were in fourth place with that fucking mean team.
What do you remember about Mo Wagner? I'm interested to learn a little bit about him from you.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's how he's been in Boston.
Loves Cornette. Celtics post-game show recap 2020.
I'm actually the Tice fan. Tice averaging 10, 5, and 2 in Chicago. He's been okay there as the backup. But Levine is out for the year, or most of this regular season now, when you think about COVID, if he tested positive. So they are in serious trouble. They might make the play-in, but that's about as good as they're going to do in the East. And they loaded up big time at the trade deadline.
Good thing no one expected them to do anything at all. The gap between the top 3 in the East and the rest is crazy.
And they have Vucevic for a couple more years, so it is what it is. But they probably want to do a little better than this.
On the Bulls?
Yeah.
He has been?
I think he signed 2 more years.
I said, has he been good on the Bulls, Bobby?
Oh, let us see.
God, check this man out.
So far with the Chicago Bulls, he is averaging. I know they haven't won a ton of games, but he is averaging 22 a game, just a little bit under Orlando. 10 rebounds a game, 3 assists a game. Pretty much right in line. 53% from 2, 50% from the field, 45% from 3. I mean, what has gotten into this guy at age 30? He's having the best year of his career. If this was baseball, they'd be saying drug test him.
Bobby, you lied to me. You told me the Hornets were holding it down. They're almost out of it. They're almost just in the play-in.
Well, there's only a game between 4 in the play-in in the East. So that's holding it down.
The Hawks are in fourth.
I don't think I did this.
It would be incredible if someone had that clip with freezing cold tape.
You might have to pull that clip, Nick, because I don't remember doing that. I'll usually own up to what I say, but
Mo Wagner to Jokic.
I think I compared Williams to Jokic. That's what that was.
Across the league tonight, Suns are just 2 points over the Kings. Warriors wreck the Cavs. Who's even on that team?
Cavs?
Jared Allen? Is C.D. Osman still there?
Sexton, Garland, Osman's still there. Larry Nance. Yep, D. Wade.
Oh, Dean Wade.
You're just noticing that? We've been joking about that all year.
Dean Wade.
I think Dwayne, he's on TNT, and they showed a clip of him, and he's like, he had the same reaction. He's like, "There's a D Wade."
He's actually a good analyst. Him and Candace Parker need their own show where they actually discuss basketball.
Who's the fill-in host there?
That white guy?
Yeah,
I hate him. He's some random news guy. He reminds me of. Is it Oberman? Is Keith Oberman the sports and news guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
There was a
media.
There was a guy from Entertainment Tonight doing the show one night with the regular cast, and they did a golfing game. That was pretty funny. All right, it is halftime.
A little difference. When Celtics you could see he's not that good. That sounds like a hot take. Vucevic is not that good.
No.
About that?
I mean, how can a guy who's scoring 22, 10, and 3 be not that good?
Bobby, trade Kemba and Time Lord and 8 firsts for Buck. That sounds like a NBA My Career. Oh, it's association now. I haven't had 2K in years. It sounds like association kind of trade.
Those are the kind of together. So help me out with this because I was introducing this, but we didn't get too deep into it. What would you do with Kemba? This month he has 7 assists a game. He's getting the ball inside, moving it a little bit, but his shooting is just so bad this year. And he can't play back-to-backs. He doesn't seem 100% health-wise. His defense is his defense. We got off the rails when I mentioned his height. That's what took us off the rails there. So what would you do? He has 2 years left at $34 million each.
Let me remind you that your comparison for a guy who's not shooting well was to trade for a guy who doesn't shoot well. It was for Westbrook. So I have no idea what the Celtics would do, and I have no interest in helping the Celtics. I hope they trade him for, I don't know, Marcus Gasol.
Would the Lakers take him?
No, the Lakers need real players. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they don't have stuff to give up for that.
They need real guys like THT and Caruso. They can't be held back by losers like Kemba.
My team, I'm going to throw up my trade machine again here,
Let me hear this Colin Coward take. I think if it was up to me, they trade him for Tyus Jones. I'm not lying. Joey, pull that up on the screen. They should trade Kemba Walker for Tyus Jones. He's a winner. Goes
pulling
back
up on the screen right now.
He's a loyal guy.
All right, you seeing this? Let me blast it up. All right, so here's my Kemba Walker trade. Now, I don't necessarily want to trade Kemba, but it might make sense to flip Kemba, if possible, into multiple middle-tier pieces on the team. A point guard that can get the ball moving a little bit, a wing that can score a little bit, and just a couple of reliable guys in the middle roster. Because you just saw the Celtics bench in that half. It's Grant Williams, Romeo Langford, Peyton Pritchard. So if I just run down this list, Hawks aren't taking them, Nets aren't taking them, Hornets aren't, Bulls probably not.
Pelicans and see what you can put together from the Pelicans. Lonzo and who else?
Lonzo's a free agent.
He's done after this year?
Yeah, he's going into his
back. Lakers got to get that man back.
They can't. They don't have the money. Cleveland, Detroit, nope. Indiana, I don't. No, they're too cheap. Heat, they got Oladipo. Milwaukee, no. Wouldn't they? Nah. Knicks, no. Magic, no. Sixers, no. Would Toronto consider, if Lowry wants to leave, would they take Kemba from him?
What do you mean if Lowry? We just went through that whole ordeal where Lowry was like sad face at leaving the Raptors.
So he's going to stay?
I guess. Do you not remember that? Like when the Lakers wanted him and he gave that ass thumbs up after the game and people were like, his last game in Toronto.
I mean, here's the question. So I'll replace the Celtics here with the Sixers because they're obviously the other ones that want them. Let me take the Celtics out of here. Would the Sixers trade? Now, he could always take a pay cut too. No, I mean, no matter what kind of pay cut he takes, they'd have to give up Simmons or Harris. Would you give up Harris for him?
Absolutely not. That's one of those trades, Bobby, where you're getting like the same value, but you have to overpay. So you'd have to just overpay for a third guy. And Tobias Harris is a good ass third guy, but he's a third guy.
Yeah, so the Sixers aren't getting him. So let's bring it back to that. Now, Kyrie might just want to stay and actually just take a pay cut to stay in Toronto. That's 100% real deal possibility. But if he wants to go somewhere else, Masai has said, we'll let you go wherever you want. So if he decides Boston, could this work?
Anywhere, he's going to the 76ers, Bob.
I just showed you how that would work. It doesn't. They'd have to give up Harris or Simmons or one of those guys who makes a lot of money.
I'm telling you, he'd want to go back home. He's from Philly.
They don't have cap space.
He wants damn, I can't even think of one of the places. I'm blanking on one of the places.
Teams really don't have cap space right now. So this is why, I don't know, Boston might have to send like 2 first-rounders here, but I don't know. What do you think?
What do I think? I think it's between D'Alessandro's. It's between D'Alessandro's, Jim's on South Street, Whiff Wiz, Without Wiz. What do you think about that?
Sure. All right, here's my other idea.
D'Alessandro's it is.
Dallas, no. Denver, no. Golden State? No.
For what?
They have
For
guards.
Andrew Wiggins?
Yeah, they wouldn't do that. Rockets? Nope. Lakers, no. Grizzlies, no. Timberwolves, no. Pelicans, no. I thought about the Pelicans this year. Early on, when it was clear Alonzo just wasn't working out, I was thinking about Kemba, Lonzo, Bledsoe. Would that work? Yeah, that works. So dumping the Bledsoe contract, sending out Ball, maybe sending like a first with it or something.
Wait,
and
trading maybe, dude, is he that bad? You would trade Kemba Walker for Eric Bledsoe and Lonzo Ball. You would want to do that? Like if they did that, you'd be like, wow, that was a success.
Yep.
That's a failure.
Look at the win thing here. Celtics get 3 wins better. Pelicans get 5 wins worse. Kemba's been really bad this year, Zay.
I think it's well, I haven't watched, so I don't know what I think. But that's just crazy that Kemba Walker is this cancerous to this team.
It's his money. I mean, he's a max contract and he's playing like a guy who should be making like $7 million a year. Right now, Kemba Walker, well, he's doing well tonight. Tonight he's 50% from the field, 6 assists. I mean, he has games where he still looks great, but it's very inconsistent. This year, though, overall, 39% from the field, 34% from 3. He's 94% at the line. He's number 2 in free throw percentage. You know who's number 1?
Steph Curry.
Jordan Clarkson.
Really?
Yeah. He is shooting 96% at the line. Number 3 is the...
Him and D'Angelo Russell are like real ballers.
Yeah.
And so is Julius Randle now.
93% Danilo Gallinari. 93% Chris Paul. 92% Lillard. And Curry.
Curry's just the same.
Any surprises on this list? Zay, 88%. He's been a good rookie. Emmanuel Quickly, 90%.
On the Knicks?
What a good rookie. Yeah. Him, Paul George, and Beal.
Quickly is way better than fucking Obi Toppin. Oh my god, that guy.
Are free throws easy?
They seem like one of those things where it's effort. It's all effort.
So, whenever I go to the court, obviously I shoot them. I remember when I played when I was probably like 12 or 13 in like the city league. I would hit them all the time, and now that I've gotten older, I can't make like 5 out of 10 consistently. Like I miss them all the time. Yeah.
I feel like it's literally a rhythm thing. Like
how can I say no to that?
People like Steph and Dame just shoot 1 billion of them, whereas LeBron shoots 0 of them, and is like, "Fuck it, we'll see how it works out."
Someone wants me to do a Kemba deal to Dallas. I still haven't gotten to my idea, but I'll do that one. I'll try it out.
JJ Redick and Porzingis.
Ooh, Porzingis. they probably wouldn't do that.
Who's the point guard? It's Luka?
Yep.
For some reason, I thought he was the 2.
I don't know. Who's like their Josh Richardson. They traded Seth Curry for Richardson. That was not a good move. Wow, this team is white. Bomani Jones was saying that this morning when I was listening.
You don't remember the tweet before the season, and they got someone. Do they have Maxi Kleber?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got him. Or it was him or someone else.
Nico Melli.
And it was like, we've done it, - Mark Cuban or something like that. Like, they're white as hell.
Yeah.
In a black city. Dallas is black as hell.
Shout out to Tim Hardaway, though.
For what?
All right. So,
dude, these people who are saying just give 1,000 picks are so funny.
You know what? It's because I show. When we were at the trade deadline, I was like, trade all the picks. I don't give a damn about the picks anymore. Look at what the picks have gotten us. Pritchard. All right, good. Grant Williams. Neesmith. Langford. This is our bench here. Now, Rob Williams was a good pick, but Semi Ojeleye, Carson Edwards, Fremont Waters, Taco Fall. Also, those two-way spots, I know like you don't expect to get something great there, but wasn't Horton Tucker a two-way guy?
Yes.
So like,
but that's such a rarity. Like, how many two-way guys end up becoming serious players? Pick some
again. I think you could do a little better than Tremont Waters, who, for all intents and purposes, doesn't look like an NBA player, and Taco Fall. The thing I'll say about Taco, though, and I just love him. Oh, my God. What a great guy.
Hey, Taco is fun. He's a fun player.
He's fun, and he's just a brilliant guy. I mean, just the best of the best. If you could find a real rotation guy there, I don't know. Now, there is a developmental piece there. He could possibly become a bench center in the NBA one day. But it's worth waiting out there a little bit, so I'll give them that one. That and do you know how much?
I think the meme value only goes so far.
Well, I'll also say, do you know how valuable it must be to have a 7'7" guy at practice?
I mean, I guess. Try a trade involving Fox Kemba. What is with this?
No.
You're in Fox.
Fox is averaging 30 points a game this month. The Kings aren't training him for.
Really?
Yeah. He's not going anywhere. All right, so let me try this Mavericks one. Here's the tricky thing about the Celtics, too. They're so close to the hard cap that they can't do many sign-and trades. So, like, Hardaway's out of the picture here. Redick's out of the picture. It'd have to be Dwight Powell. I interviewed Dwight Powell once because he was on the Celtics a couple days during the year when they were, like, trading everyone. And I was like, can I ask you about your time with the Celtics? And he was
Tatum
like,
Brown, easy. Tatum Brown, 10 times out of 10. I'm listening.
Tatum Brown. Kristaps is not. At least for $30 million. I mean, that's another guy. He signed 4 years at $30 million. Oh, Jesus. That's worse than the Kemba contract.
People on TV are talking about white privilege, this and that. Kristaps Porzingis getting that kind of money is white privilege.
All right, the second half, so let's speed it up with these trade takes here. I don't think Dallas works. Richardson, Kleber, all right. And, like, they're probably going to say no to that. I don't even think this works. All right, that works.
What's so funny about this, what you're doing right now, is that you're digging up people that you're like, damn, when's the last time I even watched these people fucking play? These are the people that you're trading for Kemba Walker. Like,
yeah, I'm not doing this trade.
It's as if like Kemba Walker is like Robert Williams or something.
Hey, Robert Williams has real deal trade value. All right, let me put mine out there. We've delayed it for too long. I think the Clippers could use Kemba. Now, Nate came through and told us they prefer Rondo. Rondo's been good, but Rondo's Rondo. He's going to be 34 next year, 35. He can shoot sometimes.
Yeah, what?
But,
I was about to say, he can shoot well enough.
yeah. I mean, he might be a better shooter than Kemba at this point. Who knows?
Celtics in trade with Dallas. That's it. While I was listening to you rap off Josh Richardson and Maxi Kleber, who I meant to.
Someone wanted me to try it. Just giving the people what they wanted. All right. Let me fire away this at you. I know you're just going to laugh and smirk at it, but got to be creative here. Kemba to the Clippers. Clippers send back. Now, this is even more enticing if Kawhi leaves. I don't think Kawhi is going to leave the Clippers, but let's just start this with if Kawhi leaves, which is the case I presented here.
I mean, it's his hometown, so.
Yeah, I don't know where else he would go. But either way, whether he leaves or whether he stays, this trade works. Marcus Morris back to the
Kemba for what works?
Patrick Beverly, Rondo, couple guys back to the Celtics. And this is where it gets tricky. Luke Kennard would have to sign for like another $5 million or something. Sign and trade. And it works.
Looks like it would end up being one of those deals where you say the guy who lands the star got the deal.
You like this for the Clippers.
Huh?
You like this for the Clippers?
Yeah.
Hey,
I mean,
I like this for the Celtics.
Marcus Morris is a guy who's going to be there for – is he signing minimum deals? He's going to be there for however long.
Rondo, no, he signed 4 years, $14 million a year.
You can only get Rondo for as many years as you got him. Like he's on borrowed time at this point. Patrick Beverly, Luke Kennard. Come on now, man. This is like real comedy.
Yeah. So let me explain it to you like this. So the way the Celtics are lined up right now, Morris would be replacing Kemba on the roster. Beverly would be replacing Semi Ojeleye. Rondo would be replacing Luke Cornett, and Luke Kennard would be replacing Mo Wagner.
Wait, do you think that this team would be to compete?
Yeah. You move Marcus Smart.
Oh man, Bobby.
Oh, all right.
Did they legalize weed in Massachusetts? This man's high as hell.
Is Luke Kennard on an extension?
I have no idea. I don't follow Duke losers.
This might be why they were setting up this trade the way they. Ooh, they did agree to an extension with Luke Kennard. So he would be in this trade at. Oh, this is why the trade machine sucks. It doesn't line this up as if they were doing it in the offseason. All right, so he would not need a sign and trade, which is good.
Oh, heels. I don't like UNC either. You know what's so funny? I always think about that article where it described that Duke is what people think of as the elitists and the, whatever, the douchebags. But the people at UNC are the same people that go to Duke. So I don't like either of those places. Go NC State. Those are the real blue-collar, farmers of North Carolina. I'm an NC State fan.
What about Wake Forest?
That is not fucking blue-collar. And what are they even good at? What is Wake Forest in terms of sports? I know they're probably a business.
They had Chris Paul.
And Weber State had fucking Dame Lillard. Wichita State had Fred VanVleet. Damn, you didn't put in a trade for Fred VanVleet for Kemba?
No, they wouldn't do that.
I'm not a Wolf Pup. I'm an Aggie. Texas A&M, baby.
Let's see. Luke Kennard starting next year makes $12 million. That actually really helps this trade. So if I'm going to reorganize this, let's take out Morris because I don't think the Clippers want to give up Morris.
Do they want to give up Rondo and Pat Beverly though?
For Kemba, why not?
Where's Hokie? Is that Oklahoma?
That's Virginia Tech.
Is it really? What is a Hokie?
Yeah.
What is that?
Let's Google it. What is a Hokie? A Hokie is a royal. That's not fair. A Hokie bird. It's a fake bird that Virginia Tech made up and named, I guess. So it's like not even a thing. They just made it.
The guy said it's a fucking turkey.
Yeah, it looks like a turkey.
That's fun. You know, Aggie is short for agriculture. You know, it's like farmers. They're the farmers.
Yeah.
And their mascot is like the randomest.
Now that's cool.
Dog.
I think that actually is the way to go when it comes to mascots because who wants to be the tigers or wolves or
what do you mean who wants to be those?
Like it's just simple. I mean, you're not gonna like dress up as a tiger or like a cardinal.
Yeah,
I mean that's just the most
something interesting like a leprechaun.
That's great. I mean, it connects to the state. It's original. There's no Notre Dame too, but very few teams in sports are like Celtic, Catholic, Irish pride kind of thing. But you want to, either be something that's like connected to where you're at. Like the Jazz is cool based on what
how
it originates.
I was gonna say that famous Salt Lake City Jazz,
and even the Lakers. Like
it's called Orange. Without looking that up. Tell us why, Bobby.
They were one of those racist mascot schools.
They were the Indians.
No, what was their name actually?
Not Chiefs. That's like a team now, I think.
I'd have to look it up. Sorry. Syracuse Athletics.
It wasn't a Redskin. They weren't the Indians? I thought they were the Syracuse Indians.
No, it was an Indian, but I don't think that was the name. This is just Syracuse football.
Well, what were you going to say about the Lakers? Obviously, it's because they were originally in Minnesota, land of 10,000 lakes. It's actually like 12,000 something. But
yeah, but that's cool because it's connected to where they were from, and then you say, why are they called the Lakers? And then it brings you to their history.
So you're saying if it's just a generic tough thing, it's not cool?
It's not cool, no.
So you like UT Longhorns?
Yeah. I mean, that's iconic.
And I'm guessing you hate the TCU Horned Frogs.
that one's a little original. I'm sure there's some connection there.
So the Horned Frogs is cool to you?
Better than Tigers, better than Cardinals, better than Rams.
Giants,
even
like Giants.
Giants, not really.
What about Dodgers?
That one's really cool. Subway Dodgers.
Yeah. Tar Heels.
That one's awesome.
Industry getting tar on the feet. Oh, I did know that.
Mascot Yankees is kind of cool, like the historical reference. Red Sox, I don't know. Like, even like white, like why is that a thing in baseball? I don't know.
What?
The Sox, because Sox are so important to the sport.
There's the White Sox too.
Yeah, because I guess his socks are like so important to the uniform.
UVA mascot is dumb AF. What is a Wahoo? I thought UVA were like the Cavaliers.
Yeah, that's like their stupid that's like their nickname. They need two names for some reason.
Oh, all right.
But to bring it back to Syracuse, the nickname
or the name.
Yeah. So their name, starting in 1931, they had a Native American warrior known as the Saltine Warrior as their mascot because an article described an archaeological dig on campus uncovering artifacts of a Native American warrior. And then they just threw in Saltine because of the salt, which is really stupid. I hate how Syracuse is like the salt city. I think that's so stupid.
That's the coolest thing about them.
A frat started wearing a Saltine costume, of course, to games. And then in 1978, it got banned.
Dude, I was doing the FSU Tomahawk song today, and I had to be like, oh, I guess I can't do that anymore. I love it so much. And as soon as you start thinking about it, it's all you think about it. You just got to do it.
So they've been the orange. They've been orange since 1890. Not like. Yeah, I mean, they've always been the orange, I guess, but for some reason they decided to go racist with the mascot for some reason. It could have just always been a
because Onondaga that doesn't
count.
No,
that wasn't even what it was. I guess they found yeah, I mean that's connected to it.
I was gonna say that's not close enough to you?
No, yeah, that works. They think it was orange because of New York's history and connection to
Netherlands.
New
York State is the blue and orange, like my favorite color scheme in the world. Now my color scheme, Bobby, is maroon and black. That is so random.
I love green.
I bet.
Oh my lord, Marcus Gasol has 18 points. We should watch this game.
Oh, hold on, let me bring it back up. I have
Marcus Smart for 3. Dennis Schroder lining up Kemba.
UNC was weirdly close to coming back against Hughes this year. And to know that, you'd have to watch Syracuse play regular season games, which
UNC should not have lost to Hughes. That's for sure.
UNC sucked, though, so that's really crazy that Duke was just terrible, like the worst since I've been alive, I guess. Well, not since I've been alive, but in recent years. I mean, just awful. Who's the game leader in points right now, Bobby?
Jaylen Brown. Well, Marcus Gasol, technically.
I'm crying. We went right through the third quarter. Fucking stupid ass game, man.
25 for Brown, 18 for Gasol.
So who's your favorite mascot?
Good lord, it's 11-12. My favorite mascot, so there's a couple I love. The Dodgers one I think is great. Now, mascot and name, I don't know what the Dodgers mascot is. It might be the dumbest thing ever.
Wait,
because especially I don't know what it is.
And
so like favorite? especially no, I'm just saying name.
Oh, I'm talking about like Matt. Like, what's your favorite? Like you see it and you're like, oh.
Honestly, Otto the Orange was pretty good. I don't know if that's my favorite.
Otto the Orange is a good mascot.
Let's think of who else. I mean, it's no one from Boston. Those Patriots in the end zone are actually kind of cool, though. Shoot the guns.
You don't like the Georgia Bulldog?
No. That's another one of those stupid simple ones. Oh, I'm sure the Buccaneers Pirates pretty cool. He probably runs around the pirate ship.
What about Gators? That's a real one. That's local.
That is, yeah, that one's iconic too. Miami Hurricanes.
Oh, what about the Runnin' Rebels? That's a good.
That sounds. That sounds very.
Racist. I read an article a while ago. I don't think it's racist. I'm pretty sure it's not racist.
Well, I don't know if it's racist, but it's definitely Confederate, right?
No, I'm saying I don't think it's racist. I'm pretty sure.
You don't think it's even Confederate?
Let me look it up. I could have sworn it was for something else.
I mean, the guy literally looks like a Confederate.
Oh, the first thing is time to get rid of UNLV's racist mascot. The curious case of UNLV's not racist mascot. Let's see that.
Well, it's UNLV, which is kind of weird. Like, who's Ole Miss? I mean, that guy definitely looks like a rebel.
Well, they were angry at local politicians who were stymieing their attempt to become independent from the University of Nevada, Reno. And so they were.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking of Ole Miss rebels, which is absolutely Confederate.
Yeah, I'm sure that is. I didn't even know that.
I mean, look at this guy. Hold on, I'll just put it on the screen. Oop. That guy definitely looks like a.
It's not a mascot, but I like the Raiders team name. What? Wow.
Yeah.
That's ass. Why are they the Raiders? Wait, did you just say yes, Bob?
Yeah, iconic brand.
What does that have to do with Oakland?
No, that's not one of the.
Or
that's only one of. That's only one of the requirements that I have. It either has to be like local significance, original, or creative, like that Hokies one. Like they just came up with what a Hokie is, and that's what it is now.
Points?
Titans?
No, the Detroit Tigers get points?
No.
They were the first.
That's not what I mean. I mean like creative and original.
See, look at you.
I'm not accepting anything.
Making it up as you go. This is Uno house rules.
I'm not accepting Tigers, Bears, Cardinals, Eagles. Who else?
What about Dallas Cowboys? Do you like that?
No.
New York Islanders.
That's good. I think that's good.
What about Boston Bruins?
I like it.
Why? Why Tigers? Bears was wrong, but Bruins is just fine.
Very specific, right? What if a team was called the Panda Bears?
You wouldn't know a Bruin from a Grizzly. You would have no idea. I don't like the Giants because I don't even. What is their mascot even? What is?
Oh, I think Caruso just airballed one. Good Lord. How many points are the Lakers going to finish with?
They're at 75 right now. I think 102.
They have shown LeBron his outfit about 6 times.
Well, I'm not playing with sound, but I'm sure they just keep saying, and you can just tell this guy really wants to get back out there. He's ready to.
Oh my Lord. The Lakers can't buy a basket. What are they shooting?
What is a Red Wing, Bobby?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know.
Detroit Red Wings.
Lakers are shooting 43%.
What about Blackhawks? Are you a Blackhawks guy?
No, I don't like the Native American stuff.
Oh, that's true. What about St. Louis Blues?
That's good.
I
like
wanted
the music ones.
I've wanted a jersey since I watched Nelly in like elementary school. I was like, I need that. There aren't really any great mascots. Says you. That Longhorn almost killed the Georgia Bulldog last year.
You know what? I'll give the Nets so much credit because they had the worst, like, New Jersey Nets, like, basketball hoops. You're, like, what are you going to be? Like, the Brooklyn basketballs? Like, like, that was just the worst nickname you could ever come up with. But they kind of...
Knickerbocker is pretty ass, too.
I don't even know what that is.
Knickerbocker? It's probably like a... Isn't that the underwear? Aren't those?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying the Nets going from like, all right, we're the basketball hoops to like being like, all right, we're New York culture, we're like hip hop music, we're Bed-Stuy. That was a awesome transformation brand wise. Like Nets doesn't even really matter. Like they're just the Nets because they were, but they could be like Brooklyn hip hop, like Brooklyn culture, Brooklyn like this and that. Like they just made their brand transcend the name.
Hmm.
And they're like they've been a brutal losing franchise forever. And to like put the cast of talent together that they have is extremely impressive. I'll just say this.
2 finals.
Yeah, but those were like
There's early
those were
2000s.
that was like now I know LeBron's been coming out of the East lately, but they came out of the East the way the Heat did last year. Like great run, but you're just getting mowed over.
Knickerbocker means a person from New York City.
Oh, that's good. That's I'm sure people in the 1960s got that reference.
Boston Celtics. LOL. What is a pacer?
The only thing I can think of is that stupid pacer drill you had to do in sports. So I'm sure it's like a workout type thing, like for basketball, because Indiana's like old school basketball. I'm sure that's like something that like coaches in the 50s had their had their players doing.
Minnesota Vikings is so funny. Minnesota people are so nice. My family's all from Minnesota. So I've been to Twins games back in the old terrible stadium. I've been to Mad Vikings games. So funny that they're the Vikings. Like what? The Twins is pretty good. Bob, you should like Twins. That's original. And
I love that one. And then they have like the Twins mascots, like they're like real twins, but it's that one's great.
Yeah, that's one. Pacer is because of the pace of race cars. What? That is ass.
Oh, Indy 500, yeah.
Oh,
Indiana sucks.
that's
oh
so
man. I knew Indiana. All right, I don't want to say Indiana sucks. I've never been there. But when Brad Stevens started raving about Little Caesars pizza as like the pizza he grew up on and how he just like can't get enough of it, I was like, oh.
It was like Michael Scott and Sbarro. And he's like, my favorite New York slice. And it was fucking Sbarro.
All right.
Yeah, hate Chicago Bulls. Oh, give the third quarter roundup.
Third quarter, Celtics nailing shots. Jaylen Brown has just been 31 points in 3 quarters, 13 to 15 from the field. We got to talk about Jaylen Brown.
Just hitting everything?
Yeah, and I feel like he's been doing it all year. He had the most, through the first 10 games, he had the most points in the NBA. He's efficient from every level of the floor. Now, I don't think he's a top 10 mid-range guy. I saw that list yesterday. He's not on it, but I feel good about him from that spot, and he's a 40% three-point shooter. And every game, no matter how many shots you give him, he'll take 7, he'll hit like 5, 6. If he takes like 25, he'll probably hit 16. He's just so brutally efficient that I say he should be getting a ton of shots every single night. Because it really doesn't matter. If they can get him to 25, 30 shots, he's going to hit most of them. And that's just going to make the offense all that more efficient. And it's the opposite of Kemba, where Kemba's going to take 16 and hit 5. But Kemba's the more seasoned ball handler, so the ball ends up in his hands more. Jaylen, the problem with him is he's gotten better as a ball handler, but he's usually playing off the ball. So guys got to get it to him.
If teams were as good as their mascots, who would win? Arsenal Football Club.
All right, so how about you give the people, while we wait for the fourth to start, their Champions? No, not Champions League. What's England's league?
Premier League.
Premier League. People in the chat wanted a Premier League minute from me the other night. That's not my thing.
I'm gonna say Aren't you a big La Liga guy?
La Liga, yeah. Real's running away with it this year. And Atletico.
That just shows how much you haven't watched one game this year. The title race is tighter. It's 66, 66, 65 at the top of the league with like 6 games left.
In La Liga?
It's close as fuck.
Yeah, it is.
Premier League, City already won. What's really interesting is can Liverpool get 4th with 7 games left? There's 3 points off 4th with the best rest of the season lineup. Now, they suck anyway. They've just been bad. But they have the easiest schedule out of the teams fighting for 4th. So,
well, there you go. This guy's a PSG fan.
That's like, I don't even know. It's like being a PSG fan.
Granada's keeping it in the top 8 of La Liga. That's all I care about.
When Fournier gets back, this team will be very intriguing to watch in the playoffs.
Do you like Fournier? I'm sure you're one of the people who's been like, I've never watched him play.
I've never watched him play. He was on the Magic, right? I have a friend who is a diehard Magic fan. Went to games this year, like this season, from Connecticut. And he would always talk about Fournier and Vucevic and whoever else. I can't remember one thing Fournier's ever done.
Jaylen Brown just hit a 3. Oh, my God. Cornet with the block. Oh, he's got a bunch tonight. Jaylen Brown. 5 straight points to start the 4th. He's got 36. This is early season Jaylen Brown on display right now. I got to lock into this. Grant Steele. Find Brown. Don't take it yourself. Pritchard. Brown. Lob to Cornet. Kick out to Pritchard. Open 3. Good. 20-point game, Linda.
Yeah, this game's a wash.
Neymar and this guy. Best duo in the world.
Mbappe.
Agreed?
Yes. I mean, it's just known.
All right. Man, Jaylen Brown. Are you blown away?
I mean, he's having quite a performance. Yeah, he's
quite a year. I mean, he's going to be all NBA.
Like 2nd or 3rd team?
Probably 3rd.
Okay. Oh, great. Some military prop mid-game. Love that. Sports clips. Every time I pass the sports clips, I'm like, there's really someone going in there today. That shit is so crazy to me. Same thing as great clips. I want to walk in and be like, dude, walk out of here and go anywhere else.
$13 of 15 shooting for Jaylen Brown. That's just, or 15 of 17. Even better.
Quick glance at the Kings Suns game, 6-point game.
So what people don't like about our post-game show is Jaylen's so consistent. We barely ever even talk about him because it's not like we can say like, oh my God, he was amazing tonight, or say like, oh man, he was really off tonight. He's just been steady 50%, 20 points every game all year. And so there hasn't been anything that compelling about him. But now he's back to stuff he was doing early in the season. He had a 44-point game. He had a couple high 30s. He might have had multiple 40-point games. Luke Cornett has 3 blocks in 9 minutes. There you go.
This guy said he didn't realize how unconscious he was. He made 11 straight shots, man. What do you mean?
Jalen?
Yeah. And they put that
unreal. Just unreal. He's in from every level. Blows my mind. Celtics have outscored the Lakers by 30 with him on the floor tonight. And so I keep saying this, it's not certain that Tatum's going to be the better player. Like, Jalen can be every bit as good. Jalen's just been getting better every single year. He's going to continue to get better, it seems like. His defensive potential is sensational, particularly on the wing. That's what he's going to have to hammer down, I think, to truly become a better player. This is going to be a fun post-game show tonight. Chris, you don't have to tell me. I've been tooting the Cornett horn since I first saw him play in Boston. Pritchard for 3. Good. Pritchard's shot looks so good.
I really said that this team was going to score 100 points tonight. Oh, Lord.
Caruso for 3. Air ball. Oh, my God. They're so bad on offense.
What did I say?
You're going to want these 9 minutes to go by fast, This was a great game to bet. Celtics were only 7.5-point favorites. I didn't think Schroder was going to play tonight either. Imagine if he didn't play.
He shouldn't have. He should have had a rest day. There's no reason to play this game.
He's still out there, too. I think whoever your lowest guys are on the team.
I don't know why they're even playing they should actually throw in the towel at this point.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
Just give it up too.
So how far Davis is coming back? Like,
he's almost there.
Within the next 3 games.
Yeah. LeBron is 3 weeks away, so that's however many games.
There goes my TV connection. You're going to have to do play-by-play now. Nope, it's back.
I'm no longer the color guy? All right, here we go.
Everyone's gonna get it 30 seconds after now.
Yeah, exactly. And the free throw is good. The Lakers have been struggling all second. That's my Marv Albert. Let me see if I could just be a regular person.
That sounds like your white guy voice.
That was my Marv Albert. And the Lakers have been struggling from 3 this game. Kyle Kuzma stripped, but it's a foul on some light-skinned guy. Or is that a white guy? No, that's a black guy, definitely. Hold on. Who's number 4?
Carson Edwards.
That's a black guy.
Remember him from remember him from
light-skinned violence gonna end.
Remember him from March Madness?
Yes. Tatum needs 6 points to get to 20. Brad, get him back in there. Oh, man, that guy just bet his house. He saw Robin Hood today and said, no way. Tatum, make it back.
Cornett for 3. Ah, brick.
Oh, you're back to play-by-play? I enjoyed it.
It unfroze. Oh, Cornett again. Hey, he hit it. Cornett's pouring it on. Wait till Taco comes in 3 minutes.
I'm surprised they took this long to put Ben McLemore in it. Let him get some shots off, man.
Luke Cornett might have a role with this team beyond this year. They probably would have wanted to re-sign Daniel Tice, and now that money's going to go toward Cornett. It'll be much less money. Nice pick and roll defense. Forces Arrow for the kick out, and THT misses. Another good stop for Cornett. Corner three. He wants it. Up.
I really just don't even
Cornett.
like. Why are Kuzma and Trez in this game? What's the point?
It's only so many players to put on the floor, I'm sure.
They got Costas. They got Anthony McKinney.
Yep, McKinney, Costas, Gasol should probably be out there.
True.
Let me look.
It's not like
who on the depth
run anywhere.
Kaycock? He should be in there.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Dude, he's been on the team for a while. I was like, wait, who is that guy? When did we sign him? Years ago.
Oh my god, it's 113 to 86. Put in Kaycock. Thanks for the win tonight, Window. You guys really gave it to us.
Yeah, it was such a big game. I know everyone was expecting the Lakers to really come out and shine with like 3 or 4 players out, but unfortunately they just couldn't put it together.
As excited as I was for this, I did not expect it to be a good game. So,
well, I mean, then here you were.
Wes Matthews 1 of 7, Caldwell Pope 1 of 7, Horton Tucker 5 of 11. Gasol went 7 for 10. He tried everything he could.
Gasol was so good he made us turn back to the game. We were talking about mascots.
Kuzma 5 of 14. Oh, 28% from 3. It's almost over. So when Davis comes back, is this going to be much better?
Yeah.
He'll be able to carry it on his own.
Random kickouts, and just definitely not ISOs, so that they can actually have an offense that they've put together that they've known for over a year. And when LeBron gets back to facilitate, I mean, it's going to be a completely different team. So on offense, that is. On defense, they're going to probably be the same. They'll be better. But I don't know. So Anthony Davis gives automatic scoring option so that you don't have to hope for Wes Matthews and KCP to have career nights every game. I'm looking forward to it so that I can actually enjoy Lakers basketball again. I'm not upset these days because I already know that the team's just going to play bad on offense. But when they can get back to it, then I'll be like excited again.
So I know you're not excited, but the fact that they went 6 and 7 up until tonight, dude, that feels like a miracle.
It's incredible. And there were games with more people out than just LeBron and AD. People underrate that. Like it was other big players were out for games.
So this guy keeps bringing up good points about Cornett. I don't know how they can steal him some minutes when every center's healthy. You almost wish this guy was a 4, but he's not. He's not lumbering, but he's 7 feet. You can only play him at center.
He looks like not a forward.
Yeah, he rotates though in that pick and roll very well. So you feel good if Rob is going to miss some time right now. And Thompson maybe has a nick here or there down the stretch of the season that he has to sit for. I feel good about him as backup center. I really do. Now, Mo Wagner, if there's a buyout guy out there, Wagner's the one to go. You know, the Wizards declined Mo Wagner's rookie option, which almost never happens. You have to be really bad to have your rookie option declined. And so the Celtics can only offer him like $3.5 million max this year because they have that declined option in place still. I thought that was really funny.
What do you think his occupation would be if he wasn't like 6'10"?
Mo Wagner?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, he was so good at Michigan. It's not like this guy's a joke.
He might be in there.
The Lakers picked him first round, didn't they?
That I can't recall.
It was late first round, I think.
Well, that doesn't really count. Dude, if you're after like the 15th pick, you're just a above average guy. You're just some guy.
Oh, man. This game. All right, so next up for the Celtics, it's the Warriors on Saturday. The Warriors are obviously dying fast. James Wiseman's out for the year. Mo Wagner just got blocked. Carson Edwards. Pritchard, he wants a 3. Off balance, air ball.
All right, Bobby.
Costas.
You're the one who knows stuff. Who's better, Booker or Tatum?
K-Cock just got blocked by Mo. Who's better, who?
Devin Booker or Jason Tatum?
Tatum. I think, right? Booker, it's so hard doing East-West because what would Tatum and Brown be in the West? It's a real question. Booker's been unable to make it the playoff push in the West. I think he's a one-way player. He's an awesome playmaker at this point of his career, but that's just kind of come on. And he's been in the year a few years longer than Tatum. So I think that's going to come for Tatum too. I like Tatum's height, length, defensive ability when he plays on that end. I'm taking Tatum. Am I wrong?
No, I think you're right.
Booker's a microwave scorer. So that's what he is. I think he's becoming a little more than that at this point, but that's what he's been.
I mean, he's pretty well. I don't know if that's a fair comparison. I don't know who watches Booker games enough to assess that, but I mean, it doesn't seem like he's, can only be hot when he's hot. It seems like he's ready to get the party started whenever.
That's true. He's one of the best scorers in the game. I just think that's what he is. So is he like Jamal Crawford? Is he?
Well, he's not that quick.
No, but that kind of role.
Oh.
It feels like he's part of a core on a team for sure. Because he is this year. They're one of the best teams in the league. And he's the number 2 guy there. Probably number 1. Paul is
the number 2 guy. Nate has infiltrated your mind, brother.
Well, him and Paul are just kind of running mates there. They're sharing the ball. They're handling playmaking responsibilities together. Again, I've never been the biggest Booker fan. Hey, Tremont Waters is in the game. Mo, Semi, Wagner, Edwards, and Aaron Nesmith is the 5 on the court. Let's see if I can name the Lakers. Costas, McLemore. Don't know who that is. Marc Gasol looks like a construction worker with that mask. THT is in the game.
Yep.
My TV's lagging again. That's got to be McLemore, right?
Yes. I don't think you've named McKinney yet.
K-Cock, and I wasn't going to get McKinney.
Yeah.
Why isn't Taco in?
It's not Taco time. Who is that? What hat is that with the S's on it? That looks nice. That looks like a Syracuse hat.
Is that Syracuse?
It looks like it, but there's no way that's a Syracuse grad.
No. Who is it?
Are better than Kemba? Many. Many point guards in the league are better than Kemba.
Oh, let's do it. Fox, Paul, Booker, Kyrie,
Dame Lillard,
Dennis Schroder.
You think Schroeder's better than Kemba Walker?
Yes.
Wow.
D'Angelo Russell. Like pretty much most point guards that are starters.
Jesus Christ. Oh, you know what? Maybe I wasn't that wrong. I said 105. They're at 96.
Well, they're getting work done against Mo and company. It does feel like Brad's trying to get different guys work tonight.
The way Marcus Gasol is wearing that mask is so funny.
Yeah,
That's
I am starting. I
Every
am
game.
starting post game tonight. He looks like a construction worker to me.
Yeah, so how many of those guys are on less than max money? Bobby hating on Kemba right now, big time.
I'm not. Everyone
Most
knows.
cards.
Everyone knows who watches post game. I still see the value of Kemba Walker on the Celtics. I'm just being realistic about his production this year. Again, Lindo, he's shooting 39% from the field.
Who, Kemba?
Yes. Who shoots 39% from the field?
Dude can't have a bad season.
I guess. All right, so if we're talking last year's Kemba, he's an all-star.
Wow, that's a little bit different. Then most point guards in the league are better than him.
But things changed. Something about that knee. Oh, Mo just got picked off. He is struggling so bad right now. Macklemore for 3, and the Lakers have hit 100.
Oh, see, look.
It's a 13-point game. Celtics might have to call Kemba in.
Bring the starters back in.
That's not the first time that's happened this year. They were playing the Wizards at home, I think, and it was a COVID game. And like Neesmith, all of them came in at the end. Celtics were up by a ton. I think it got to 13 or 11 or something like that. And the bench had to do the walk of shame. They might have to do it right now.
That LeBron outfit is so funny. You know he has like a stylist and everything.
I would love a stylist. Biggest lead, 27. So it's gone from 27 to 13.
It's time to say, hey, get AD into this game right now.
All right, let's see who. All right, Stevens is sticking with the bench. But rest assured, he has 3 timeouts left, and he'll use one if the Lakers get a quick score here.
It was really THT getting that and one instead of a charge. But he was moving. That would have probably just ended the game if he had gotten a charge there.
Wow. So not only was Jalen's shooting line astounding, it was the best shooting percentage for anyone who's ever taken 15-plus shots in Celtics history. Only the 32nd time anyone's ever done it in league history.
31 players did it before? That's light. Think of anything that you want to do. If 31 other people did it before you, you'd be like, ah.
So I said this was a great – I don't know. I still think they'll cover too. If they're within covering range, the Lakers, the Celtics will be crapping their pants. So I'm sure the starters would be funneling back in to set this one down by then. The thing is, Lindo, if this gets to 10, Tatum's going to come in and just tear through Costas and McKinney and end the game. Costas is at the free throw line, though, trying to make this a 10-point game.
The best Antetokounmpo, brother.
And he missed both free throws.
There we go.
Oh, he tried to dunk over Semi and offensive foul.
No, he made one of the free throws.
Oh, he made the first one? All right. Well, he just tried to dunk over Semi, and rare do you see an offensive foul in a dunk attempt, but Semi drew it.
I saw. I didn't see. I knew.
Marcus Gasol is pissed. So is LeBron.
That's my connection to the Celtics.
Can you believe LeBron's furious about a garbage time charge call?
Yeah.
Tremont Waters misses at the rim. We're doing play-by-play for garbage time. 2:44. And McKinney gets a cutting layup, 10-point game.
He tried the Javale.
Brad's
saw the replay.
Brad's gonna call this timeout any second. Oh my God, Carson Edwards just traveled. Lakers ball at 2:27 to go, 10-point game. Grant Williams is coming in. Jaylen Brown is checking into the game. This bench is so bad. Lakers score at the rim, 8-point game. It was 27, and the bench has crapped its pants. Waters fade away, no good. The Celtics can't get anything to go on offense. THT turns it over. Oh, that was the Lakers' chance. Tremont Waters with the steal. He almost turns it over. Loose ball. And Antetokounmpo comes up with it. 150 to go, and here comes Jaylen Brown. Oh, my Lord. Not a full walk of shame for the starters, but someone's walking to the bench in shame right now for Brown. And I think it might be Carson Edwards. What is Tremont Waters doing right now? Bad shots, bad passes. And Antetokounmpo in the bonus gets free throws out of the semi-foul. This is about to be a 6-point game. With 150
sure Anthony Davis can't suit up right now.
They're both on the sideline. This would be one of the worst garbage time collapses I've ever seen. Maybe the worst. It was a 27-point game. Jaylen Brown is in. He has to save this by himself. Like I said, if he can't tear through McKinney and Antetokounmpo, Antetokounmpo missed the second free throw. He's left a couple on the board here. 7-point game.
He's like the third string center. Of course he missed the free throws.
Smart's in the game now too. Jason Tatum's in the game. The full bench got the walk of shame. Brown for 3. No good. Jump ball. Antetokounmpo and Grant are going to jump it. But again, if the Lakers can get a quick score here, we have a real game. Problem is, it's Antetokounmpo, McKinney, and K-Cock versus Tatum, Brown, and Smart right now.
I'd take the Lakers. In that matchup, in that finals matchup, I'd take the Lakers.
Lakers win the tip. THT bringing it up. This is a huge possession. Goes to the rim, blocked by Luke Cornett. That's 5 blocks for Luke tonight.
I think it's 4.
4. Yep. I mean, the starters coming in shut this down for sure. And the Lakers turn it over. Oh, no, they scored.
Yes.
I didn't see it. The TV got scrambled, but they scored. 115 to 110. It must have been a 3.
It was a 2.
McLemore dunk. Tatum in the high post. He gets doubled. Brown goes around. McKinney scores. And that should be it. 1 minute to go, 117 to 110. But man, what a comeback by these Lakers bench. They'll probably get a game ball or something, even in the loss.
The game ball.
The first game ball in a loss. McKinney, THT. Celtics are really trying. Lakers aren't going to score again. Oh, no, they do. THT stepped back 2 over Tatum. Tatum was really trying there, too. I mean, give credit to this Lakers bench. They're down 5 with 40 seconds left. Brown lining up McKinney. Loses it, gets it back, hits a floater. Jaylen Brown has 40 points. 42, actually. THT, Antetokounmpo against Grant. And Smart fouled someone off the ball. It was K-Cock. He's going on the line. Oh my God, what a finish. Do we know who Dwight K. Schrute is?
From The Office.
Oh, Lord. All right, K-Cock, first free throw. Good. Marv Al is doing a very aggressive Fanatics read with 22 seconds left. Davis, LeBron are having so much fun right now. I kind of like Davis's like jeans and striped shirt look.
I mean, I said it looks like a very good first day of 10th grade outfit.
Yeah.
That's the type of outfit you lay out on the bed like, I'm about to kill these hoes tomorrow, right?
Lakers left 3 points at the free throw line.
Yes.
Smart's getting doubled, and the Lakers are fouling. Extend it out, guys. I'm gonna be up till 5 a.m. tonight. We're just getting started, guys. I can't wait for this post game. What a funny night. We'll be on Celtics post game on CLNS for about an hour, and then heading over to the locker room for the hour after that. Smart's first free throw is good. Enjoyed having Lindo Zay here tonight. We always talk to him whenever the Lakers are on. We might start doing some non-Celtics games on here. Maybe if there's a big Lakers game when Davis gets back, or just any other games around the league. We'll do some live chats with any of the other ones. There was a ton of people in here, Blazers fans especially, during the last game earlier this week. That was a fun time. Not a ton of people here tonight, but for everyone who came and hang out, it was an awesome time. As the Lakers are tossing some shots up, Celtics get the ball, and that's going to be the game. 121 to 113. Lakers got as close as 6 after trailing by 27.
I said 105. They beat it. I can't believe that. I can't believe they really made starters sub back in.
The walk of shame happened for the second time this Celtics season. With K-Cock in the game, the Lakers won by 20. So maybe some lineup adjustments in store for
I quote
LA.
I am comfortable with Cornet as the backup center going forward.
I absolutely am. And we'll talk about that. We'll talk about Jaylen Brown ends this game with 42. Or no, that was Marv Al screwing me up. I knew how much he had. He had 40. 40 points from Jaylen Brown. And a historic night in Celtics history. Best shooting line for anyone who's ever taken that many shots in Celtics history. Wild when you think about it.
Lost to Anthony McKinney and THT. That's why.
Hey. All right, that's our show. Thanks, Lindo Zay. We'll see everybody in the chat over on the post-game side. That's where I'm heading right now. Subscribe to the channel. If you search Bobby Manning on YouTube, you'll see the pastor. Then you'll see me. Make sure you subscribe to me. We'll see you on Saturday for Celtics Warriors here.